Hey guys, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Pocket. In today's video, it's a bit of a scattered video with a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. Firstly, we have the second part of the Meowth and Chansey Wonder Pick event. Then we have a bit of an update on the game's performance, both in downloads and in revenue, which has been really strong. And then finally, I want to talk about the PvP event that we have going on and what I think the best decks are to go in and speed through that after, clearing through the 45 victories on one account and progressing on my other accounts now. And also remind you guys that we do have the other event going on, which is the PvE event, which I had completely forgotten about for 24 hours. So you might want to jump into that as well. So let's get into it, all the stuff. So first of all, we have the extension of the event. So if we go over here to the shop, and we go to the events limited sections and we go to the event, you can see we've got the Meowth event that has extended. There's nothing different. We'll keep getting those wonder picks. We just have more to exchange from the shop, and that's pretty much it. Now note that to get the Meowth sleeve, playmat, the coin, and the icon, which previously from the previous part you should have already got the other three, but that's going to cost you 22 of the shop tokens. Now keeping in mind from the wonder picks that you get in here, you will be generating a bunch of shop tokens anyway. Hopefully, because these are there quite frequently. However, when we go over here and look at the missions that they have added in for the event, I find that there's always red dots on random stuff, so I never know what missions are actually ongoing. You can see here we've got one to pick 2 times. They basically give you all the currency you need through these missions to go ahead and pick up the rest of the stuff from that. So make sure you go ahead and grab that first of all, because that is the first thing in there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is actually the performance of the game, because this is one of those things where some people don't really care. I don't care how many downloads it gets, I don't care how much money it's making, but when I look at it, it's like, okay, if the game is getting a heap of downloads, if it's making a ton of money, then it means they're going to put more development into it and maybe concentrate on it more. Maybe that means in the future we get into some more competitive leagues supported by the Pokemon company. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But 30 million downloads is what they have reached. There was this article over on PocketGamer.biz. There was a few places reporting this. I just chose this one because it's got a really good graph to look at. But as you can see, they report that they made 33.7 million in revenue in the first week of global launch. And I think the interesting thing to look at is this over here. This is a comparison of the first week revenue between Pokemon Go, which is on the far left, Pokemon Masters EX over here, and then Unite is this one down here, and then this one over here is TCG Pocket. Now, obviously, it's not going to be doing as good as Go. Like, Pokemon Go was like a whole phenomenon to itself. Did I even say that word right? Who knows? But it was insane. So the fact that we are above 50% of that is quite amazing to me. So I think it is great performance for TCG Pocket and good to see. Now, I've got App Magic over here. This is something, I play a lot of gacha games and we always track revenue and stuff like this. But I just thought it was interesting because I filtered it for the month of November to look at top downloads. You can see it's number 5 in downloads. It says over 10 million. That's basically 10 to 20 million. It's a bit sketchy. This is a bit slow to update, but basically it's doing really well in downloads. You can see it's doing really well at number 6 in revenue as well. And then when they go on the featured, they weigh in a bunch of different aspects to give it a featured score. But as you can see, it is doing really well. And if we look at it in particular, I've just filtered for the last 30 days. You can see it says over 20 million. That means it's between 20 and 50 million. It doesn't give me the exact thing unless I think I can pay for something, but it is what it is. But yeah, the game is doing really well in terms of both revenue and downloads, and which is absolutely fantastic. Because like I said, I think that means that we can lead into hopefully them supporting it more now that it is performing well. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, because this is a very interesting one for me, is in the events, we got like, we get like 2 packs, we get 24 hourglasses. And I was asking people in this on stream, so I'm curious to see if you guys can put in the comments what you think of the free income and the event income of packs / hourglasses. Because I was like, when I see 24 free hourglasses, I get super excited. And then I realized, wait, that's only a day's worth of free packs. So is it that we get like a really good daily free income? Or is it that the events aren't quite as generous? I have no idea. Either way, I don't know how to think about it, but I think the reason I get super excited about getting hourglasses is that I know I can save them for the next set, and that's what I am working on with them. So that is something I think, but it was just something interesting that I thought I'd mention to see what you guys think and see if you guys have any thoughts about it. And also, like I said, the game is making good money. but I'm finding the game perfectly fine to progress as free to play. Obviously, I can't build every deck, which kind of sucks as a creator, and that's why I've got a spender account. But I have been quite enjoying the free to play experience, both on my global free to play account and also my soft launch free to play account. And I find that with my spender account, I don't get as excited about packs because now I've got pretty much everything. So it's like I don't have the excitement for my daily packs either, but there's no way to store them up. So if you guys have any thoughts on that sort of stuff, please let me know. But you know what? We're going to pop one pack right here because we're 8 minutes away. I'm going to waste one just so we can do it in the video. It's staring me in the face, man. I can't help it. I can't help it. Let's go ahead and pop this quickly. Let's see if we can get some recording luck. Rip the dream. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to quickly, sorry, I had to do that. Like, I was like, dude, this thing is so close. So the next thing I want to touch on is that we do have the other event that is still ongoing. So if we go into the solo mode, don't forget to go ahead and do this. Keep farming it. I still haven't done all my achievements on them. You can see I'm just about capped on the stamina. I've got to get in here and start doing this thing. I think a lot of people since the PvP event might have forgot to come in here and do this. So I've got to come in here and burn that. So don't forget that that one's ongoing because I am going to try and collect as many of those promo cards as I can because maybe they'll be valuable for trading in the future. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm definitely going to jump in and do that. And the final thing I want to mention is over here with the Versus event. I definitely think the strongest deck for fast wins. I'm talking about speed of wins, wins per hour. If you're just trying to get your 45 wins as quick as possible, I definitely think this is the best deck. Any version of it, which is the Starmie EX deck. Now, if you don't have Articuno, the cool thing is we've got a not so good substitute for it. It's not as good as Articuno, but we do have the Lapras EX that everyone can get for free. So you can slap the Lapras EX in here, and then basically all you need to have is the Starmie EX and you're pretty much good to go. So if you've been pulling on Charizard pack, this is a great deck to build. Once again, if you don't have the Articuno, you can go ahead and just slap the Lapras EX. It's not quite as good. You can also do a bunch of different water combinations in there, but you know, Lapras EX is just an easy one that most people should have by now with the event, and you can slap that. This is just super quick. You run the Misties. If you flip heads a couple times, people are normally just scooping straight away and you're getting really quick wins. It's an aggro deck that goes really quick, and it has good win rates in general as well. Now, besides that, I definitely think the Pikachu EX deck is another one that is going really strong. That's what I'm playing on one of my other accounts. I do think the Starmie EX deck is winning me games at a faster rate, but Pikachu EX is definitely another great one. Another one that a lot of people are running and getting success with is Mewtwo. I'm just not a massive Mewtwo fan. I don't enjoy playing the deck, but that is another one. But once again, if you've been pulling on Charizard pack, you got the Starmie EX. If you've been pulling on Pikachu pack, you've got the Pikachu EX deck. And then if you've been pulling on the Mewtwo pack, you have the Mewtwo EX with Gardevoir, and if you don't have that yet complete, you still have the Marowak EX Sandslash EX deck, which I think is absolutely fantastic, and has been working quite well for me as well. I think this deck, it's not quite at the level of the other ones, and sometimes you do lose to some horrible RNG with the Marowak, but in general, it's a really solid deck that can get you punching through and get you everything you need to do. And one last thing in editing that I noticed I hadn't done yet is make sure you go ahead and get the 50 battle things for the extra Shine Dust. Shine Dust, most people don't care about at the moment, but you know, if we end up going for some high rarity type flares, I guess it will start to matter. I really don't care about it personally, but for the sake of an extra 5 wins, if you've already got your 45, don't forget to go ahead and do that one because, you know, it's just extra free stuff, and you're probably going to do battles anyway. And let's face it, even if you finish your missions, you're probably going to keep doing your casual battles in here because there's probably not a massive pool of players in the other league, I don't imagine. But we'll have to wait and see. But once again, just recapping the video, we've got the new prizes in the shop and the new missions for the Meowth and Chansey Wonder Pick event. Don't forget to go back into your PvE one and get all your promo cards, and don't let that stamina overcap, because that's very important. 30 million downloads. What was it? 30 something million in their first month, which is really good. Over 50% of what Pokemon Go did, which I think is incredibly impressive. 33.7 million in the first week, not the first month. And then also there's your teams. Have a play, crack through the event, and yeah, that's my update, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.